Hey there YouTube, Nightcrawler. Welcome back to Nightcrawler Garage. Bought another product from eTrailer. This is a front receiver, and this is going on my 92 XJ Jeep Cherokee. I bought two of these. I bought one for the 99 and one for this Jeep. So getting ready to put this on. I've had this for a while. Gonna get it out of the box and look it over. Did a video a while back where I bought a receiver for the RX 350, and yeah, I'm gonna get this thing out and look at it and go over a few things. Alright. Okay, so this is a Draw-Tite, and let's see if I can get the number. I don't know if I'll be able to get this. I can't quite get it on the camera, but it's hard to read, but it's 65009 is the number. And you know, it has a few little paint chips or whatever, a little scratch here. It's not too bad. A little paint missing there. There's another piece of cardboard, so I'm getting ready to unwrap this thing and get it out. So I happen to have a Draw-Tite on the back of this Jeep, and so there's something I want to check when I get this thing all out. So give me a minute, I'll get her out. Alright, we're back. So there's the weight rating, 300 pound or vehicle front gross, and then it says 9,000 pound max winch pull. So we're good to go there. Okay, so a couple things. So I bought this. This is a Kurt. I got this through Home Depot. Got this guy here, and when I went to put it in the rear receiver, it was probably 1/4 of an inch too long, and I couldn't get the front hole. It's just almost. So I'm gonna cut 1/4 of an inch off that, but I just wanted to try it on this one, and it works fine. This is the tube is open on the end, so it goes all the way through, so you got all kinds of, anyway, it'll work both bolt holes. So these are nice. You can have your clevis going horizontal or vertically, so that's pretty cool. And then one of the things I like to do is I bought one of these hitch pins, whatever you call them. Went to a tractor place, and this is a double H, and I don't know if you can see the part number on there. It's a H58-4 pin. Part number is 00223, and I believe these are made in the USA. They have these at Harbor Freight, made in China, and I read the reviews and I thought, yeah, made in USA. I don't know if I'm getting this on camera. It's hard to see. Anyway, so that's my setup. The other thing I was going to say is it comes with these carriage bolts, and they're grade 5. So I went online to the Bolt Depot, and I ordered these are grade 8 carriage bolts. Product number is 19334. I got two grade 8. It says plain finish, but it came black, which is kind of cool. So the black ones are the grade 8. These are the factory ones. I think they're maybe 1/4 of an inch longer. I may have to trim that off. Okay, I'm getting ready to install this. I like the recovery points on here. Anyway, let's get this sucker on. I'm not going to probably show a lot of, this is not really a how-to video, so I probably won't show everything, but let's get this sucker on. Alright, more to come. I probably should mention that this is not a how-to video. But you'll notice I got the front bumper cover off. The only reason I got that off is I'm painting it, because it was all chipped, and I thought I'd just kill two birds with one stone. Probably should take this off, but I just took the bolts out, and I'm going to try to just maybe do it with because I'm going to have to cut this out, so eventually I'll probably have to take it off, but for now I just got the bolts out. Yeah, okay, more to come. Okay, so I'm drilling the 1/2-inch clearance holes for the carriage bolts. What I like to do is I put my 1/2-inch drill bit in, and I just, push and get that point in there, and then I switch over to a smaller drill bit. I think I'm using probably 1/4 inch, and do a pilot first. So here's my setup here, 1/4 inch. Run that on the high, put that up on the high speed. This is a 2-speed where it'll be high speed on that, low speed on the 1/2-inch. Anyway, yeah, we're getting her drilled out. Here we go. Okay, as always here on Nightcrawler Garage, I never seem to follow the instructions. So I just have a tapered punch going all the way up through. I've got my carriage spacer on top, and then there's a spacer on, you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it kind of right there. There's a piece of metal up on the subframe. I was supposed to grind it off, but I didn't do that. So this is the bottom spacer, and then this is the carriage bolt spacer. That the instructions and the videos I've seen, they show you're supposed to use some kind of fish wire and all that, but I don't think I'm going to need that. I just need to get that punch out, drop the bolt in, and we'll be done with this. Alright. Okay, I got the receiver all on. I did some trimming here. Still got the bumper off, of course. You can see I did a bunch of trimming on this rubber piece. I just want to make it easier to get this pin in and out. Once the bumper's on, it might be kind of hard to get in there anyway. But I got a bunch of clearance now. Yeah, those carriage bolts, they weren't too hard to get in there. Not difficult. Just like I say, I used a punch. I did have to loosen up the mounting bolts for the sway bar and kind of move stuff around, but yeah, it wasn't too hard. Tap this with a rubber mallet and then push it back and forth, get everything lined up. But yeah, like I say, the hardware kit and the videos I've seen, they show like you got to run a wire down there. So I think on some of the other Jeeps that hole is going to be farther back, and maybe it's harder to do, but on this one it's pretty easy. I did end up having to take a chisel and smash that metal down on both sides flat. Just get a chisel in there and beat on that. When I do the 99, I'll probably do like they said, get a grinder and do it right. Yeah, so just got to get the bumper back on, and we're pretty much done. Alright. Okay, got it all back together. Turned out pretty well. Yeah, I think anytime you take the bumper off one of these, it's a good idea to put your license plate holder and your bumper end caps on before you put the bumper on. I think it's just a lot easier. Would be a lot easier. I didn't do that. Yeah, so there it is. Can't wait to try this thing out. It was not hard to put on. Pretty easy, actually. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Okay, so this is the rear Draw-Tite, and you can see that this has a real short tube here. And I was talking about earlier, I couldn't get the hole, so I went in and cut down this Curtis shackle mount. So now I can get both of the holes. The front hole, it lines up now, so I can get my pin in. I cut about 1/4 inch off. That's all I needed, just enough to where I can get the pin in. So that's going to work out really nice. So now I can get this, I can mount this vertically. That was the thing. Before I could only mount it horizontally, so now I can mount it with the shackle either orientation. So that'll be nice. Put that on there this way, or it can go that way. All right, so I'd add that in there. Okay, so we're back. I'm on the 99 now. Gonna put the receiver on, got the bumper off, painting it and everything. I didn't show this very well on the 92, so I'm gonna explain this. This is the lip they're talking about that either needs to be cut or bent, and on the 92 I just kind of beat it down with a punch. But basically you've got this spacer, and so you can see that lip, it sticks down a little bit past the spacer, so you can't have that. So there's a couple things you can do. You can either just cut this piece completely off, but what I think I'm going to do on mine is just come under here and just make one cut, and then I'll just beat this thing flat. Like I say, it just needs to be shorter than this aluminum or steel. I'm sorry, it's a steel spacer, about half, maybe 3/8 or ½ inch, I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm gonna get that done and get that cut and beat that down before I even do anything else. So okay, just thought I'd show that. Okay, so I just used my little electric die grinder with a 3-inch cutoff grinder wheel, and like I say, just cut a notch, pounded it out with a hammer, and now it's just way better. So I did both sides, so no magic here, just get her done. Okay, alright, we're getting it on there, or it is on there. So unfortunately this Jeep had been in an accident, has a restructured title, and it has some damage here, and that was kind of a problem getting these carriage bolt adapter shims in there. I had to grind about 1/4 inch off, and I had to beat that metal out and use a pry bar so I could get them in there. And I don't know, this receiver, the bolt holes are off by 3/4 inch, so I had to elongate them. The other one for the 92 went right on, same part number, but you know, it's not because the Jeep was in an accident, because you know, these bolt on to the your sway bar mounts, so the bolts pattern has to be, you know, the same distance as your sway bar mounts. Yeah, there's just, I can't see that changing anyway. But anyway, I got it on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw the bumper back on. Okay, there it is, finished product. So on this Jeep, it doesn't have the rubber piece or whatever, it must be missing something. Yeah, so you can see it a lot better. Yeah, it turned out all right. So yeah, it's nice to have a place you can grab onto, because this Jeep didn't have any factory tow hooks. Neither of my Jeeps have factory tow hooks, so now I got lots of places to grab onto the front, and I can put a winch on there or whatever. Got that receiver in the front, so yeah, it turned out pretty well.